What is up YouTube? Welcome to a brand new video. It's been a while since I made my last video, but we're back at it again and we're exactly where we left off. So not much has changed. We're just going to continue from where we left off last video, which was storing information in the database. In our case, we're storing a ticket inside the database. That's what I showed you, and that's what this form does. In this video, we're going to be discussing a very interesting topic, which is relationships in Laravel. You can come to the Laravel documentation, and there it tells you all about the relations. The most popular relations are has one, belongs to, and has many. There's many other relationships out there, but these are the most common ones that you're actually going to use. We're going to discuss these relations, and we're going to show you a practical example. So if we come here where we left off, we created this form where we can create a ticket and it stores it inside a database. And I have actually changed one more thing which I didn't cover in the last video. I created a tickets view page. This is just a static HTML page where the user can see their ticket. Right now it's all just static HTML, as I mentioned, so it doesn't do anything. So let's go ahead and create the backend for this. So we have a subject, so this should show the subject, and over here it should load the comments. I'm just using Flowbyte. I came to the Flowbyte and they have a free comment section block, so this is what I'm using. You could use that as well or your own, and make sure that npm run dev is running or npm run build. And yeah, so let's go ahead and continue from here. If we go to our web.php file, and in here we have this route that we're on right now, we have to somehow tell the route which ticket it should return, because it can't return all the ticket all at once. So we have to view a specific ticket. Now, how do we do this? Laravel has a very convenient thing called route parameters, which we can use like this. So in here you're gonna add a slash, and we're gonna do ticket ID, for example. So that will allow us to pass any unique ticket that we want to see. So if we save this, it's gonna give us an error because the route has been changed. We're gonna go to the controller, and inside the view method we're gonna add ticket ID like that. And if we use that and drop and then ticket ID and we change it over here, 1 or 17, so whatever number we write in here, it will dead and drop. So for example, if we write down a string example, it's gonna output it right here. So this is very helpful because this way we can pass the ID of the ticket that it should return on the view page. I hope you're still with me. So Laravel has another convenient thing which allows you to automatically discover the model record. So to do that, we're just going to write down ticket, the singular form of your model. So we have a model here called tickets, the ticket.php. So we're going to write down ticket, and optionally you can add the ID. So this is going to tell the route to look on the ticket model for an ID that matches the ID that's provided in the route. If we go ahead and save that and we go to our controller, we're gonna come here to the parameter, and we're gonna go back and we're gonna use the ticket model, and in here we're gonna specify ticket. Okay, and let's go ahead and do that. And now if we refresh, we're gonna get an error because a ticket with the name example does not exist. But if we do 1, we should get the ticket with dead and drop, and as you can see we get the ticket with all its information. But if we do some random number like 122 and we hit enter, it's gonna give us an error because this ticket does not exist. Okay, that's that, and we can go backspace, and if we hit save, it should work now. Now the only thing we need to do is pass this ticket somehow to the view, the ticket variable. We can do that using compact ticket, or another option is to do it like this, and this is gonna pass the array as variables to the view. and if we refresh, it's not going to do anything. So that's that. And now in the view, it's very simple. We come to the view, and in the subject we can go here, 2 curly brackets, and we can do ticket and then the subject. If we hit refresh, there we go, it shows the subject as test. And we can do the same thing for the status. So hit enter, and this is the HTML that's responsible for the status over here, the status label. We can add a simple if function. So if status, oh, we have to use a ticket, my bad, ticket status is open. So if it's open, we're gonna go ahead and show this badge, and else, or we can also use else if ticket status is closed, we're gonna show the following badge. So if the status is open, it's gonna show this badge, and if it's closed, it's gonna show that badge. That's that. And in here, let's just change this to messages because it makes more sense in our case. And boom, so that should all be working. Now we have the ticket variable and we can use it throughout our view. Now let's go ahead and add the logic in order to create comments. But before we do that, let's actually go to the create page, because if you remember, we have a your message field, and right now it doesn't do anything. So let's make this work. So when the user creates the ticket, it also should create the comment with it. But before we can do that, we have to create the model for the ticket comment. To do that, we can use PHP artisan model, make model, and in here we're going to specify the name of the model, and this is going to be ticket comment. Okay, hit enter, and we're going to need a migration. Go to the migration, hit spacebar, and then hit enter. This is going to create 2 files for us. This is going to create the ticket comment.php model, and it's going to create the migration file. So we come to the ticket comment, and in here we're going to come down and we're going to specify the name of the table. It's not necessary, but I recommend doing it. The name of the table is going to be ticket comments. Okay, and that is pretty much it for that for now. And now we go to the migration, go to database, migration, and the latest one. So we have the ticket comments table, and it has an ID and a timestamp. But we're also going to add another field, which is the ID of the ticket. We can use the foreign ID method, so table foreign ID ticket ID. What this does is it tells the comment that it belongs to this ticket. Not the one in the screen right now, but like if we have a ticket with a specific ID, it's going to tell it that it belongs to that ticket. And under here, we're going to add the comment, or let's actually change, or we can just use comment, sounds nice as well. So ticket ID, so we have these two, ticket ID and comment. Okay, cool. Now let's go ahead and migrate the database, PHP artisan migrate. It's gonna go and create the ticket comments table for us. That's perfect. And now we come to the ticket comment. We come to the ticket comment model, and in here we're gonna add the fillable fields. The first one is going to be ticket ID, and then the second one is going to be the comment. Now we're gonna be using relationships. Come to the ticket model, and in here we're gonna create a relation using the has many. So because a ticket can have a lot of comments, we use the has many relation. If, for example, a ticket only can have one message, then we should use the has one. But in our case, we're gonna do public function comments, and then use this has many ticket comment, and the ticket comment should be the model name class over here. Boom, that should work. And in the ticket comment, we're gonna add another relation called belongs to, and that's gonna look like this: public function ticket belongs to ticket. Okay, perfect. That should all work now. So what we can do now is go ahead and create a ticket with a message. And before we do that, let's go to a ticket that we already created, like view 1. Okay, so now let's make this form work. So when a user writes a new message, it should create that message under here instead of showing this static HTML. We're gonna come to the web.php, and in here we're gonna come under here, and we can copy this route and change this to post, because we're gonna post a message. And we're gonna do here create comment and create comment. We're gonna call this function in the app controller, and we can come here comments.create. Boom, that looks good. Okay, now we go to the app controller, we add a brand new function, and this is very similar to what we did last time with store. So we're gonna do public function create comment, and we're gonna use request, and now we're also going to use a ticket to get the name or the data of the ticket, like that. Okay, ticket, boom, and you're gonna do this. Okay, that all looks perfect. Now we can validate the message, so let's go ahead and validate the message. We can use the Laravel request validator. Validated data is request validate. I'm just going to remove this for now. Request validate. Okay, the comment is going to be required, and we can also do max 1000 characters. And we're going to come here, and in here we're going to use the ticket model. Then we're going to call the comment relation that we created, and then we're going to use create on the comments model, and we're going to take the validated data, which is the comment, and we're going to create it. Okay, and then we just return the user back with comment successfully created. Boom, that looks good. Now we can go ahead and save that, and we have to update the view. So if we come to the view and we come to the section, and then we have to find the form right here. So in the form we're gonna add action is, and in the action we're gonna specify the name of the route where we're posting the information to. So to get that, come here, and we can go to this, copy this route, and in here we have to specify the ticket ID. We already have the ticket object right here, so what we can do is create an array in here, and we can do ticket is ticket ID. So we're telling the route that the ticket ID is this ticket ID, which is on the screen right now, and we can save that. And also we have to add method is post, like that, and that all looks perfect. And we have to do one more thing, which is come here, name is comment. Okay, so we have this information, and let's go ahead and do one thing, and that is use drag and drop. So drag and drop ticket, and write down something. This is my ticket. I can't spell, and that didn't work. Let's, oh, page expired. That is because we have to use a CSRF tag. We can come under the form, just hit space and CSRF. Okay, if we go back, we refresh. This is my ticket, post comment, and boom. Actually we're drag and dropping the wrong thing. We're drag and dropping the ticket, but we also want to drag and drop the request, like that. And let me close that properly. So if we refresh, continue, we have two pieces of information. We first have the ticket, which is the first parameter in the drag and drop, and then we also have the comment. So that works all as expected. We can go ahead and get rid of that. And now if we try that, and let's do one more thing, which is add a validation under here. So it tells it, we can just come to the create method that we created before. We can copy this and come back to this view. Under here, we can paste this, and in here we can do subject. Boom. So now that's gonna give us a very nice error. So if we hit post, oh, we have to write down something. If let's change one more validation in the app. Let me close this. We're gonna do a min of 3 words and a maximum of a minimum of 3 characters and a maximum of 1,000. So if we do 1, 2, it should give us an error. Let me see, minimum 1 and 2. Let me see the view. Oh, we have to change this to comment. Okay, if we try now, 1, 2, it's giving us an error, but it is not on the correct position. So we have to copy this, and we have to, let's try it in here. Let's see how that looks. Oh, the same. So let's paste it under this div. And there we go, that looks better. Now we can just add a margin bottom of 2 as well. And boom. So that looks a lot better. It's gonna tell it maximum 3 characters, and if they go over 1,000, it's also gonna give them an error. Okay, that all looks good. So now let's create a comment. Hey, how are you? And as you can see, it didn't do anything because we haven't specified that it should load the comments. So let's go ahead and do that now, because right now this is all static HTML, and let's go ahead and fix that. We can come to this article, which is the comment, and up here we can use the for each statement. So we can do for each loop, and let's go ahead and end the loop under the article tag and for each. And we're gonna for each the ticket comments. So you're gonna do ticket comments as comment. Okay, hope that makes sense. We're gonna use a ticket model, and then we're gonna call the comments relationship on that model. So in here we're gonna do the name of the commenter, and we actually didn't add that to the migration, so we have to do that as well. I forgot about that. So you come to the migration, and let's add one more thing, which is the name of the commenter table, and we can do string for now, name. So the name of the commenter, and that looks good. And we can come to the ticket comment and add it to our fillable. Boom. Okay, we're gonna refresh the database, so we can do PHP artisan migrate. We can use fresh. Okay, now we do have to create the ticket again. Do that. My ticket test user example at myticket.com and submit the valid email address. Oh shit. So let's do that again. My ticket test user test at gmail.com. Let's try that. Ticket created successfully. We can now view the ticket because it's number 1. We freshly migrated the database, and now it's looking empty. Let's also go to the app controller, ticket comment, app controller, and what we're gonna do is manually inject the name for now, because we don't have a method to get the name. So what we can do is just assign the name that belongs to that ticket. Validated data name is ticket name. So the name on the ticket should be name of the user of the commenter. Now if you try that again, test, we had post comment, It's gonna say Bonnie Green because we have to update that in the view. So we come here, comment name. So this is gonna return the name of the commenter, which is test user. And in here, let's go ahead and write down the date when they commented. So we can use comment created at. Okay, it's gonna give you a really ugly string. So to make that more prettier, we can use the div for humans function like that. And now it looks a lot better. It says 36 seconds ago. If we refresh, 41 seconds ago. So that's a lot better. And in here we want to show the actual comment. And to do that, let's go ahead and find this div. Oh, it's right here. I'm gonna use a space, and in here we're just gonna do comment because we're gonna call the comment, and there you go, that works. And that is pretty much all the logic that we need. So we can write down another comment, either can you see me? And as you can see, that all works. It's very beautiful, and you can expand the functionality by adding more things like deleting comments, by updating, editing comments, and also adding buttons to open and close the ticket. That should all work great. What we should do is, if we come to the create, we have to do one more thing, because right now it should also create the ticket message along with the ticket. That doesn't happen yet. So come to the controller, and in here we also have to create the ticket comment. Let's add the comment here. Comment is required, minimum of 3, maximum of 1,000. And we're gonna do the same thing over here. Ticket comment create. The name is gonna be the ticket name, and the comment is gonna be the validated comment. Boom, that looks good. Now we have to go to the create view, and in here we're gonna look for the comment or for the message, and let's just change this to comment. We can just leave that to your message, and in here we're gonna do name, comment, and one more thing, which is this. Gonna paste that in there, and we can do comment. So now let's see if that works. Test at gmail.com. And if we just enter something random, it should give us an error. That's good. Just gonna add a margin bottom of 2. And now let's create the actual ticket. Test user, test email, and hey, I need some help. That's gonna create the ticket, and it should be ticket number 2. Hey, I need some help. So that's perfect. One last thing is we are gonna redirect the user after ticket has been created. To do that, we're gonna come to the ticket, to the app controller, and we can come to this redirect, and in here we're going to do route. So instead of redirecting the user back, we're going to redirect them to a specific route, which is tickets.view route. And in here we're going to do ticket is ticket ID. So the ticket is the ticket with the ticket ID. So that looks all good. Let's go back and enter. And now we should get redirected. Let me just see if that name of the route is correct in our web.php. Tickets.view and tickets.view, that's good. Okay, my ticket, test user, test email. Is this working? Okay, submit, and boom. So we got our comment. Is this working? We had, yes, it is. Boom, so that's all working as expected, and the time shows nicely right there. That is all for this video. In the next video, I might show you guys some cool things like allowing users to write down markdown and other stuff. We'll see. So yeah, thank you very much for watching if you're still here, and I'll see you in the next one.